So they released some stills from the new Captain Marvel movie, the first female superhero from Marvel. But what about the feminist masterpiece that is Elektra? Oh dear, what a terrible intro. Born to fight, trained to kill. That's her motto. And the quote they choose to put on the back: just about the sexiest superhero film of all time. Do you want to know why it's the sexiest superhero movie of all time? Because the director was a man and the protagonist was a woman. There is absolutely nothing explicitly sexual in the film. It's only sexual because it's being filmed that way. Elektra's outfit is stupid, and it's like a sexualized outfit. She didn't do anything sexy. She murders someone, but like before she does it, we get a close-up of her bum. That's what gets me going. Murder. The sexiest superhero film of all time. There's a part where she's swimming and she's stressing out because she's having like a flashback of a stressful moment from her childhood. But because she's in a bikini while she's swimming, it's shot in a sexual way. The content of the film is not sexual. It's only sexual because of the way they filmed it, and it's really infuriating. I wouldn't call this the sexiest superhero film of all time. Do you know what I would? Thor Ragnarok. Have you seen everyone in that film? So let's talk about the movie itself. Elektra died in Daredevil. She's magically been brought back to life by Terrence Stamp. You'll know him from being Superman's dad. He brought her back with his martial arts magic, and now she is an assassin. She gets hired to kill a child and her dad, but then she gets to know them and she likes them, so she doesn't kill them, and then she protects them from some more people who get sent to kill them, and that's the movie. End of the video! Cut it off there! So that might not sound like a particularly exciting film, and it isn't, but more stuff does happen. The child that she is sent to protect, the child is like some mystic prophesized warrior who will help in the ageless battle between the Hand clan and the good guys, who I don't know the name of. That's Terrence Stamp's side. But basically, what you need to know is that all the white people are the good guys, and the Asian and black people are the bad guys. Because the movie actually does that. The Hand is an evil group, and it's made entirely of Asian characters, and all the good guys in the movie are white. And if you're at home saying yeesh right now, I think that's an appropriate reaction. I'm sure they didn't intentionally do it, but it's really bad. So last time we saw Elektra was in the Daredevil movie. She was like a ninja person who was good at fighting. In this movie, she, since being brought back to life, she can now like see a small way into the future, and can also move at super speed, but only when it's appropriate to the plot. Whenever it would actually be useful to move at super speed, she can't do it. But when it would just like look cool, then she can move at super speed. So the Hand clan is led by a man called Master Roshi. Not to be confused with Master Roshi from Dragon Ball. This is a completely different guy. Master Roshi's son, I think, I can't remember his name. He's like leading all the bad guys to go find him. And he's got like a team of like super powered weirdos. There's a great shot where they all walk into the room. There's like a big conference table with Master Roshi and his chumps. And it's really silly because all of like his son's squad walk really stupidly. So the son has like super speed powers. He's basically Elektra but a man, and he's got swords instead of Elektra's little, I don't know what they're called. They're the same weapons that Raphael the Ninja Turtle has. They're like scythes or something. Yeah, I'm fairly sure that's what it is. He's got 4 henchmen. It's like the crack team of weird people. One of them, he's just a massive dude who's got super strength. He's also like bullet and stab proof. So he gets shot at one point and it just doesn't do anything, and he's like, and then Elektra stabs him with her scythe thing and it just kind of snaps. She still has it later on though, so continuity error, I guess. Then also on the bad guys team is actually I don't even know what he does. Basically he doesn't do anything apart from like flip around, and when he walks into the room he's got like a coin, and I was thinking he was going to be like Gambit or something, and he would just like throw the coin and it would like explode or something, but he actually doesn't do anything. He just has a knife and threatens someone and then dies immediately. So he's pretty good. There's also Tattoo, whose body is covered in tattoos of animals, and then the animals like come out and come to life. And you would think, this is cool, because we can use all the different animals to do like different jobs that only that animal could do, like a competent movie might. So it starts off okay. He has like a bird that like comes out of him, and it's like spying on Elektra while she's running away. It's like, yep, got it, eagle. It's got a good view because it's in the sky. The next animal that he uses is a wolf, because they're like tracking him down. They're running through the woods and he gets his wolf out of his chest, and you're thinking, oh, the wolf's gonna sniff him out or something, because like that's what dogs are good at. No, the wolves also fly. He gets a couple of wolves out and they just fly. You know, like the thing that a bird is specifically useful for, like the animal he used last time. And then later on in the movie he gets out just like hundreds of snakes, and do you know what the snakes do? They fly. The snakes fly after Elektra. Did they put any thought into this movie? When the snakes come out, they like fly after Elektra like a swarm, and like he could have done like bats or something. That would have been cool, or like a swarm of wasps would be scary, but it's a swarm of flying snakes. I'm like hyping these henchmen up. None of them actually do anything, and they all die extremely easy. The really strong guy who's like bulletproof and stab proof, you think, oh, how are you gonna beat him? You can't even hit him. He accidentally knocks a tree over and the tree just squishes him, and then he turns into like mist. When all these people die, they turn into mist instead of actually dying. I don't even know what's happening. The second guy who doesn't do anything just like gets his neck snapped. The same thing happens to Tattoo Man. And the final member of the nasty squad are like a poison lady, like Poison Ivy from Batman. She does a thing where she like kisses people and kills them, or like mind controls them or something. So she does something similar, like she kisses Elektra at one point and she's like not well. She's not dead, but she's not doing great. But then Elektra's just fine, like somehow. There's a really great bit where Elektra and the girl's dad are being chased by Nasty Man and the Nasty Lads. I'm so sorry. I just watched the movie and I already forgot everyone's name. It doesn't matter. It doesn't even matter. You don't care. She's being chased by them all, and she like uses a future vision and sees that they're gonna come into the house. They're hiding out in the house of like someone she knows, and she's like, is there any way out of here? And he's like, oh, that you can go through the cellar, there's a secret tunnel. So they do that, and he like gets out a gun, and Elektra's like, aren't you coming with us? And he's like, no, I'm gonna stay here. And like, why are you doing that? He is a character who's like been rolling his eyes at Elektra looking after these people for the last half an hour, and now he's like, I guess I'm gonna sacrifice myself to save you, Elektra, the person with whom I have a strictly professional relationship. And the bad guys turn up and he like shoots one of them with a gun and it's the bulletproof one and it's like, oh, what a mare. And he says to the bad guy like, you better kill me because I'm not gonna say anything, and then he like reads his mind, then he just dies. And it's like, it would have been more useful if you ran away. You would have survived, and also the bad guys wouldn't know where Elektra was now. It's a completely baffling decision that is only made so the bad guys can keep following Elektra. There is something in this movie which would be cool if they handled it better. Elektra is portrayed as a character with OCD, but not really. When she arrives at a house where she's staying while she murders someone, she gets there and then she empties out her toiletries and then very carefully like lays them all out on the table, and then she finds a basket of fruit and she very carefully organizes all the fruit and lays it out in nice lines. That's about it. They don't really go into it much more than that. That would be a really interesting thing to explore in a movie, because I'll be honest, I don't know a lot about obsessive compulsive disorder, and to see it like portrayed in a movie, like a superhero movie, would be really good, just in terms of representation and like broadening the understanding of it, because like OCD is definitely one of those things that people are just like, oh yeah, I'm a bit OCD, and like, it's bad, and people need to learn more about it, but the movie does nothing with it, other than have a moment later on where someone says, Elektra, you have OCD, right? And she's like, what? No. Come on! Why'd you even do that if you're not going to do anything with it? I could complain about this movie a lot more, but honestly, it's more boring than anything. There are barely any action scenes. A lot of the rest of the time is just like spent running around, and like it's people talking to each other, but not about anything interesting. It's a lot of not a lot. Oh, there was one bit that I did quite like, and it was just a cute moment between Elektra and like the little kid. The girl is like, oh Elektra, what are these weapon things that you've got? And Elektra's like, you can't touch those. She's like, I want to learn how to be a cool ninja person like you. And Elektra's like, no, I'm not going to teach you anything, but I'll teach you how to do this other thing. And she tries to teach her how to meditate. And the little girl's being really annoying, and she's going and like breathing really heavily, and Elektra's like shh. But then Elektra's like meditating really deep, and the girl's like getting right up in her face, and then Elektra goes bah! And really like shocks the kid, and like it's just a cute moment that really doesn't fit in with the rest of the film. I feel like Elektra was a movie that was maybe designed to fail. It was directed by a guy called Rob Bowman. You won't know who he is because he basically only directs TV shows. And like when you look at the other superhero movies that got made around the same time, you got like the Spider-Man movies directed by Sam Raimi. Sam Raimi is like an interesting film director. He directed all the Evil Dead films, and those are good, interesting films with stuff going on. You look at the X-Men movies directed by Bryan Singer. Bryan Singer is a creepy dude, but he has directed good movies before. And it just feels like, because this is a female superhero, they were just designing it to fail. And it's not shocking because we expect stuff like this to happen. It's just sad. Now that they've actually put some effort in, and they made Wonder Woman last year, and it was a good movie, and people actually cared about it, and now the studios are like, we can put women in movies. People like women in movies? Oh my god, it just stresses me out so much. So when we see the Marvel Cinematic Universe Elektra movie, and it's actually good, just pour one out for Jennifer Garner, who got stuck in this garbage fire. A movie that just no one cared about. If anyone put some effort in, like, she could have had a job like Hugh Jackman and still be doing Elektra 20 years later, but she got stuck with this. And when was the last time you saw Jennifer Garner or anything? I think she's actually done something quite recent. I just feel so bad. She deserved better. This movie's terrible. It's not even like laughably bad, it's just boring bad. I guess that's it. I don't have anything else to say, and like honestly I should have maybe written up a better ramble to have, because it is something that is annoying about the film industry. There's always more bad superhero movies for me to review. I'll keep going. I'll see you next time when I'll be talking about something. Bye!